Welcome, traveller, to a journey extraordinary, one gently cradled by the timeless arms of the river Nile. On this enchanted evening, we invite you to board our old-fashioned riverboat, a vessel that whispers tales of yore with every creak of its seasoned timbers. As we cast off into the embrace of the night, let the hypnotic rhythm of water lapping against the hull transport you deeper into the heart of Egypt's magical realms. Amid the soft glow of lanterns and under a canopy sparkled with countless stars, our voyage transcends the mere sights and sounds of the nocturnal river. It is here, along these whispering sands, where history itself seems to rise with the gentle night breeze. As we glide past shadows and shimmering moonlight, visualize the towering pyramids, majestic and solemn, guarding the secrets of millennia. Imagine the pharaohs, whose spirits still linger, murmuring the stories of their mighty empire built upon these fertile floodplains. Listen closely. The river itself narrates tales, woven intricately like the papyrus reeds lining its banks. The air is filled not only with the subtle strains of traditional flute music, providing a soothing backdrop to our floating dreamscape, but also with the distant calls of the wildlife. The rare and mystical creatures that call this lush delta home. Each note of the flute, each ripple in the water, each rustle in the marsh grasses, serves as a gentle lullaby, guiding you deeper into a peaceful slumber. Wrapped in the warm, soft winds of the Egyptian night, our journey on the Nile is not merely a passage across water, but a float across centuries, adrift through legends. So lay back as the river whispers its eternal stories, and let the serenity of this magical evening enfold you. As the stars traverse the heavens, our night voyage continues, always beneath their watchful lights, always embraced by the river's ancient, soothing song. As the riverboat gently sways under the clarity of a starlit Egyptian sky, Chapter 2, Moonlight on the Pyramids unfolds. Imagine the silver light of the moon casting serene waves across the eternal Nile, a canvas portraying millennia of storied history. The soft murmur of the waters, a lullaby sung in unison with the night's whispering breezes, cradles us into the womb of ancient times. Drifting ever so calmly, the boat is enwrapped in the quiet melodies of traditional flute music, floating through the notes like a leaf upon the river's tender current. Here, the velvet darkness is punctuated not by silence, but by a profound peace that reverberates through the soul. On the banks, ghostly figures of the Great Pyramids stand as monumental silhouettes, infused by the moon's glow. These tombs of kings, timeless and stoic, have watched over these waters for eons, witnesses to the rise and fall of empires. As the river curves, the luminescent sands reflect the tales of pharaohs, whose whispers of power and intrigue are carried by the wind, only to be gently hushed by the rush of the delta marshes ahead. These marshes, lush and verdant, host to the rare white egret and the elusive sand fox, teem with life that thrives in the cool of Egyptian twilight. The cacophony of nocturnal creatures fills the air, adding layers to our night's symphony. Enshrouded by this night, the Nile reveals its greatest spell, the capacity to tranquilly transport us through time, granting glimpses of the majestic and the mystic. The reflections in the water are not merely of light, but of ages long past, and the semblance of times when gods walked among men. As the boat floats under the galaxy of stars, the enchantment of the night deepens. Allow this orchestration of sights and sounds to guide you as you drift into a slumber that only the warm embrace of an Egyptian night can deliver. An embrace as tender as the history it cradles. cradles. Welcome to Chapter 3, The Gentle Current. As our old-fashioned riverboat glides silently under the vast Egyptian sky, each star seems to tell a story of eons past. The Nile beneath us, a shimmering tapestry in the celestial light, carries us with a gentle, unwavering current through the heart of an ancient land. Listen closely to the soothing symphony of water whispering against the hull, a sound as old as time, mingling with the soft calls of creatures that awaken in the embrace of night. Here, the delicate music of a traditional flute floats on the air, weaving through our journey like the sweet scent of jasmine carried by the evening breeze. As we drift beneath the stars, the Nile reveals its treasured narratives. The riverbanks are lined with echoes of ancient pharaohs, whose mighty pyramids, seen in the distance, stand as monumental guardians of history. These stone sentinels have watched over the Nile for millennia, their secrets preserved in the dry desert air. Along the lush delta marshes, the lifeblood of this landscape teems with rare and exquisite wildlife, each species a delicate thread in the rich tapestry of this ecosystem. Notice how the river nurtures everything it touches, bestowing life in its gentle passage through fertile lands. Let the magic of this place envelop you. Feel the warm night air against your skin as you recline on the deck, wrapped in the serene peace that only a journey down the Nile can offer. Our voyage under the stars is not just a passage through water, but a gentle drift through time, space, and history. As you close your eyes, let the stories of old, the tranquil waters, and the soft music guide you into a slumber deep and peaceful, cocooned in the timeless embrace of the Egyptian night. This chapter is an invitation to dream amidst the gentle current, where history and beauty flow as one. Chapter 4, A Night Under the Stars. As twilight deepens into the cloak of night, our riverboat glides silently down the majestic Nile. The gentle ripples bathe the wooden vessel in a soothing rhythm, blending seamlessly with the soft whispers of the evening breeze. There, under a tapestry of shimmering stars, the river tells her ancient tales. It speaks of pharaohs, whose eternal dreams are encased in monumental pyramids that occasionally emerge from the dark silhouettes along the banks. Let your gaze wander upward to where Orion belts the sky, its constellation a celestial counterpart to the pyramids below. Just as the constellations map stories of mythical gods, the constellations of stone along the riverbank tell stories of human striving and divine aspirations. Each star, a flickering testament to the continuity of life, mirrors the persistent glow of human civilization that the Nile has nurtured for millennia. As we cruise, the melody of a traditional wooden flute, laden with the history of this ancient land, drifts through the air. Its notes are soft and lingering, inviting the soul to dance in the tranquil embrace of the Egyptian night. Occasionally, the mysterious calls of nocturnal creatures punctuate the music, their cries woven into the nighttime symphony of the wilds that border this great river. Picture the lush delta marshes, thriving under the moon's pale watch, housing rare and elusive creatures in their verdant folds. The water, the wildlife, and the whispers of history blend into a lulling narrative, coaxing your thoughts to drift towards sleep, towards dreams where past and present merge. Surrender to the night's embrace, enveloped in the cool linen of the river air, and let the stars and stories cradle you into peaceful slumber. Here, beneath the vast, undisturbed splendor of the Egyptian sky, we are timeless, floating in the cradle of civilization itself. As this enchanted night unfolds, May you find rest under the blanket of history, lulled by the eternal song of the Nile. Welcome to Chapter 5, The Midnight Oasis. As the old-fashioned riverboat continues its serene journey down the mystical Nile, the night wraps itself in a cloak of tranquility only found here. Underneath a sky brimming with stars, each twinkle tells a story of ancient times, when pharaohs ruled and civilizations flourished along these fertile banks. Feel the gentle lapping of the water against the hull, a soothing rhythm, akin to the heartbeat of the river itself, mingling softly with the distant calls of nocturnal creatures, a reminder that life here thrives under the moon's gentle gaze as much as under the blazing sun. Our path through the dark waters is illuminated not only by celestial bodies, but by the rich history echoing across time. Imagine ancient builders along these banks, meticulously constructing the monumental pyramids stone by stone, a testament to their architectural prowess, still standing resilient through millennia. As the riverboat glides further, the air fills with the haunting melodies of traditional flute music, its notes floating in the air, weaving through the night like the stories of old. Beyond the historical might and architectural grandeur, the Nile's lush delta marshes sprawl out into darkness, hiding rare creatures in their watery embrace. Here, life is abundant and diverse. From the elusive Egyptian catfish swimming beneath the surface to the majestic Nile crocodiles, masters of their domain. Let this enchanted journey lull you into a peaceful slumber, cradled in the warm embrace of an Egyptian night, where dreams weave themselves into the tapestry of ancient histories and the mysteries of the wild, lush delta. As the music's notes fade into the sounds of nature and history, feel yourself drifting deeper into the arms of Morpheus, under the watchful eyes of the stars that have seen it all unravel, century after century, along this magnificent river. As the sky above fades into a tapestry of dusky purples and midnight blues, our riverboat continues its slow, enchanting journey down the Nile. Welcome to Chapter 6, Secrets of the Silent Sphinx. Tonight, as the stars begin to dot the heavens, we drift closer to the enigmatic Sphinx, whose secrets have been whispered by the desert winds for millennia. Feel the cool night air brush against your skin, a gentle reminder of the river's ancient stories. Our guide tonight is the silent Sphinx itself, standing guard over mysteries long forgotten. Listen closely to the soft murmur of the Nile's waters, melding with the haunting melodies of a traditional flute, guiding us deeper into the heart of Egypt's majestic past. Imagine the Sphinx in its golden era, its grand gaze fixed eternally upon the horizon, watching over pharaohs and peasants alike. What tales could it tell if the stone lips could speak? Legends of hidden chambers and buried treasures, perhaps, or silent observations of civilizations risen and fallen under its steady watch. As we float under the twinkling canvas of the night sky, let your mind wander among the papyrus-lined banks of the Nile. Reflect on the rare creatures that call these marshes home, the same animals that ancient Egyptians might have encountered in their daily lives. With each ripple in the water, we traverse not just a river, but a flowing timeline of history and myth. As the flute's melody weaves through the air, its notes linger like the soft touch of the night, a lullaby for the soul, echoing through the corridors of time. The Sphinx, majestic and stoic in the silver moonlight, holds its secrets close, a reminder of the eternal mystery that is Egypt. Now, as our journey nears its close and the stars reach their zenith, Let the river's song lull you into a peaceful slumber. Dream of pharaohs and pyramids, of lush deltas and the enigmatic Sphinx, silent yet eloquent in its age-old vigil. Here on the Nile, under the protective gaze of history, sleep comes easily, cradled in the warm embrace of an Egyptian night. Welcome to Chapter 7, Lotus Blossoms by Moonlight. As night's velvet curtain unfurls across the sky, our journey down the Nile continues beneath a galaxy of twinkling stars. The river, a silver path in the moonlight, carries our old-fashioned riverboat gently onward. Listen to the rhythmic splash of water against the boat's wooden hull, a soothing cadence that whispers of ancient tales and timeless wanderings. Close your eyes for a moment and let the soft, haunting melody of a traditional flute envelop you, transporting you deep into the heart of Egypt's mystical past. Along the lush riverbanks, shadows play in the light of the moon, and the air is filled with the fragrance of lotus blossoms, pure and calming. Imagine these sacred flowers, revered by the pharaohs, unfolding their petals as if to capture the moonlight itself, a symbol of rebirth and the eternal cycle of life. As we glide silently past, the ethereal calls of nocturnal creatures resonate in the cool air, each note a story in itself, narrating the flow of life that thrives in these fertile marshes. Here, the river is not merely a body of water, but a lifeline, pulsating through the landscape, sustaining cultures and civilizations since the dawn of history. Visualize the Great Pyramids seen from a distance, their imposing forms softened by the night, yet still grand, standing as sentinels of the bygone eras, guarding the secrets of the ages. These colossal structures serve as a testament to human ingenuity and to the enduring spirit of the Egyptians. As the boat continues its tranquil sail, let the blend of history, nature, and music lull you into a reverie. Wrapped in the warm embrace of the Egyptian night, with the fragrance of lotus blossoms lingering in the air, feel yourself drifting towards a peaceful slumber, carried away by the gentle flows of the Nile. Allow the river's timeless passage to guide your dreams tonight, as we float under the moonlit sky in the tender hold of an enchanted Egyptian night. As the twilight deepens into a velvety night, Chapter 8 unfolds with whispers of ancient lore and the soft, mesmerizing sound of a traditional flute. Aboard the creaking, old-fashioned riverboat, the rhythm of the Nile's currents cradles you further into the heart of Egypt's storied past. The gentle lapping of water against the hull, coupled with the ethereal calls of nocturnal creatures hidden within the river's embrace, envelops the scene in an otherworldly tranquility. Above, the heavens are scattered with stars, their light reflecting off the water and illuminating glimpses of the lush delta marshes. These fertile plains, which have fed generations, are silent witnesses to the march of time, from the age of mighty pharaohs to the present day. As the boat drifts lazily under the celestial canopy, the narration delves into tales of monumental pyramids, constructed by a civilization whose ingenuity has stood the test of millennia. Each stone a testament to human endeavor, each glyph an echo of ancient echoes. The night air, warm and heavy with the scent of blooming lotuses, carries the enduring spirit of this land. You can almost hear the bustle of ancient marketplaces, the chants of workers by the riverside, and the solemn processions of the pharaohs as they seek eternity. Now, the only sounds are the whisper of the reeds and the distant flutter of wings, nature's own melody. As the riverboat continues its silent voyage, the tales grow deeper, intertwining with the flowing waters. Here, amidst the nurturing wetlands, rare creatures find refuge under the cover of night. Their subtle movements stir the waters, a delicate ripple across the surface that feels like the softest caress. Enchanted by the evening's serenity and the profound history echoed in every wave, your eyes gradually grow heavy and the music fades into a soothing lull. Wrapped in the warm embrace of the Egyptian night, you drift into a peaceful slumber, sailing through dreams cradled by the timeless Nile. Welcome to Chapter 9, The Pharaoh's Dream. As we continue our serene journey beneath the vast Egyptian sky, our riverboat gently rocks in the nurturing grasp of the Nile. You hear the soothing murmur of the water caressing the boat's wooden sides, and the distant whisper of the night's creatures, creating a lullaby of the natural world. Above, the heavens are adorned with countless stars, twinkling like diamonds sewn on the rich, velvet cloak of the night sky. In this setting, our thoughts drift to the mystical realms of ancient Egypt, where pharaohs once dreamed of eternity beneath these very stars. Imagine a time when these stars were the divine guides for colossal pyramids and monumental temples designed to touch the gods themselves. The Nile, our timeless path, witnessed the rise and fall of dynasties, carrying secrets lost to the ages, but whispered on evenings such as this. Visualize the marshes of the lush delta, hidden gardens of extraordinary biodiversity, where rare creatures roam freely amidst papyrus reeds and lotus flowers. These enchanting sounds of flute music, as tender and soft as the night breeze, transport you back to the magnificent courts of ancient pharaohs, where music and dance were offerings to gods and kings. As our journey takes us onward under the cover of night, let the lore of majestic pyramids, the tales of gods, and the mystery of hieroglyphs, still etched on aged stone, lull you into a serene slumber. Allow the whispers of the past, carried on the Nile's undulating currents, envelop you in a warm embrace. Allow yourself to dream the dreams of pharaohs, enveloped in the majesty and mystery of ancient Egypt. As the comforting darkness of the Egyptian night wraps its soft cloak around you, may your dreams blend with those of legendary rulers who once gazed upon these stars to divine their immortal destinies. As our riverboat tenderly embraces the currents of the timeless Nile, Chapter 10 unfolds with a revelation as serene as the river's own journey. Dawn on the horizon. Under a canopy of twinkling celestial bodies, the steady rhythm of the water's caress against the wooden hull sings a lullaby of ages. The night air, cool and whispering, carries with it the tales of epochs etched along the lush riverbanks where history has left its profound imprint. Here, the great pharaohs once envisioned their eternity, constructing monumental pyramids that rise, even today, as pillars of human endeavor against the canvas of the starlit sky. As we glide silently, the narrative descends softly, gently into the realm of the verdant delta. This fertile cradle, where the river unfurls its generous spirit, shelters an array of life, from the elusive Nile crocodile to the majestic purple heron. Accompanied by the soulful melodies of a traditional flute, its notes floating as if on the night breeze itself, we indulge in the enchantment of this floating reverie. The mystical sounds connect the simplicity of the present to the complexities of the past, ensuring our senses are as captivated as our minds. Slowly, as the first light heralds the new day, a transformation over the landscape signals dawn on the horizon. The darkness retreats, unveiling the myriad hues of morning. The river, a mirror, reflects the awakening sky. In this moment of tranquil transition, our night's odyssey nears its gentle closure. Wrapped in the warm embrace of the Egyptian night, lulled by stories of ancient wonders and the nurturing nature of the Nile, we are left to dream. Here, at the nexus of yesterday and tomorrow, we find a peaceful slumber, a quiet ending to our enchanted journey. As the horizon itself turns a chapter into the light of a new day.